Christmas had been and gone on the island of Sodor. Albert had settled in well on freight duties, and it looked like he would be staying on the railway for some time. The amount of goods transported by rail didn't lessen over the next months, and the engines were kept very busy indeed. Work near the main yard was getting busier too. Just beyond the big station, a new railway line was being constructed, and it was now finally close to completion. Now, the running line split into two forks behind the big station and the yard. One led to Duck and Oliver's branch line, swinging round to follow the coast, and the other led through the town, across busy streets, to the new Sodor Waterworks. This was being built as a new and important industry for the nearby area, pumping water from the river and purifying it, not only for people, but also to fill the engine's water tanks. The work required use of a shunter to manage the construction site, but sourcing one was difficult, as most of the engines were spread thin as it was. Duck helped out quite often, when he wasn't busy on the branch line. But he couldn't be everywhere at once. Oliver also made an effort to help. As did Donald and Douglas. The Fat Controller, of course, had been searching for a solution for a little while. Loaning Albert from his Heritage Railway meant that he wasn't keen on buying an engine so soon, but maybe he could loan one from the other railway. The trouble with the other railway was that...
Only engine available? Again?
I'm sorry, Mr. Hat, but our hands are tied.
We really are, rather short of engines at the moment, and there really isn't another one I can spare. Dreadfully sorry again, Topham, but you do need a shunter, and we're offering one.
Please don't make this difficult.
Wouldn't dream of it. The only engine available. Really? I'm certain they just want to get rid of him. He must have only just been repaired after he catapulted off the edge of the harbour a couple months ago.
The Fat Controller, as I am sure you are aware, had had troubles with this only engine available before. Every time the visitor had come, he misbehaved and was sent away shortly after. Yet whenever he was short of engines, the other railway was only too glad to offload him once. And twice.
Good morning, your worthy fat, Sir Topham Hatt.
And 3 times. Showing himself up in a different way each time. Ugh, he's arrived.
Good morning. You must be...
So not much has changed on the Nowhere Railway. Hardly surprising. I've almost given up revolutionising this oversized branch line, given you've still got that stubborn controller of yours.
Then he glanced at D261's number, and his face changed.
Oh, I've heard of you. So you are one of us, one of the revolutionary lot. I've heard of your escapades.
And I've heard of yours. You have no place to insult my friends like that. Not as a visitor. You can go and whine about your revolutionary to the trucks. I know how much you enjoy giving them gossip. Let's hope he doesn't cause too much trouble this time.
Knowing that, Diesel, you've spoken too soon. Oh, trucks are waiting in the yard.
Ah, so the breakdown train finally got itself a friend.
That isn't a very good joke.
What are you even doing here? Doesn't look like you're good for anything, if you ask me.
If you must know, I've been waiting for my trucks of building supplies to take to the waterworks.
Which you haven't shunted for him like you were meant to. Go on and stop insulting engines you've only just met. Harvey is here to help you out because you're too incompetent. Sorry, Harvey. I'm trying to keep him in line, but I think it might be difficult. It takes a snooty diesel to know a snooty diesel, and he isn't looking to redeem himself anytime soon. Don't take his words to heart.
Thank you. I must be off now.
The Fat Controller, perhaps rightfully, had a bad feeling about Diesel and didn't trust him to do the work on his own. So he had asked Harvey the crane engine to help out with shunting at the station and the construction site. Harvey was new to the island. When he first arrived, the other engines made fun of him for looking different, but they now accept him as one of the family. Although he was still rather conscious of his appearance and hated being belittled for it. Despite the rough start, the engines begrudgingly appreciated Diesel's assistance. Trains left on time, the passengers didn't complain, and the station ran more smoothly than it had in months. Only Harvey, who was still tasked with shunting the yard alongside Diesel, was still unhappy. Diesel, indignant at the fact that the Fat Controller hadn't thought him responsible enough to handle the yard alone, and defiant at Harvey's assistance, became ruder still.
Out of my way, clumsy crane arm on wheels. Some of us have more important work to be doing than sitting around waiting to be needed. Bumbling about like a snail with a shell on your back won't get you anywhere.
Eventually, Harvey gave up trying, and whenever a train was due to be taken to the waterworks or the construction yard needed shunting, he would make his way there instead, and spend the day organising the yard to be out of Diesel's way.
I don't know why I try. No one ever sees me for what I can do. Only what I can't.
Meanwhile, Diesel was delighted to be able to manage the yards without Harvey, and took every opportunity he could to show off.
The Fat Controller should know that I can manage without that bumbling crane arm on wheels. We Diesels are reliable and efficient, and we don't work at our best when steam engines are left about to get in the way.
If you're so adamant that you're the best, why don't you go and handle the waterworks as well as the station yard? Then the Fat Controller might see how worthy you are.
Albert had, of course, meant this sarcastically, but an idea had started to form in Diesel's mind, and he made a plan.
Morning, Harvey. The Fat Controller doesn't think you're doing a very good job here on your own. Needs a reliable diesel engine to speed things up a bit.
But I've been managing just
Well,
fine.
clearly, you haven't been doing as well as you thought. Well, never fear, Diesel's here to help. Just stay out of my way and let me handle things.
Oh, very well. If you're busy here, Diesel, I'll just go and manage the station.
Hello, I'm finished here for now. Just got to go and shunt the station yard. What did I say about staying out of the way in my yard? I said let me do things.
But
Nothing. I can handle it myself.
Oh, where is he? Diesel!
Oh. There you are, James. Your coaches. Now for a rest.
Driver, there are 2 trains that need to be taken to the waterworks. They're too heavy for one engine to take alone, so I'll need your engine and Harvey to bring them both to the waterworks. If you could send a message down, that would be...
Oh, Harvey is, indisposed at the moment. Can't get over here. He wasn't able to handle the work on his own, so I'm doing it all for him.
Seems strange. That should have been reported to me this morning as soon as the problem arose.
Oh, well, he must have not wanted you to know. Wouldn't want you thinking he's unreliable, would he now? Anyway, I must be off. I can take both trains easily. Goodbye. That will get Harvey in trouble. And as soon as everyone sees me taking this train, that job will be mine, and Harvey won't get in my way again. Come on! Get moving! This is easy. Speed and efficiency is the way to get the job done. This railway is riddled with outdated practices. Why split a train in two and get double the engines to take it? Stop bumping about back there! No! No! Help!
Diesel! What are you doing?
Harvey! Harvey! Help!
The water tower. He's heading for the water tower. Diesel! Use your brakes!
I can't! The trucks are too heavy!
If that train doesn't stop, it will bring all the winter's hard work crashing down. What can I do? What can I do? That's it! Diesel! I'm going to get ahead of you! Signalman! Points!
Grease and oil!
Won't be long, Diesel. We'll get you out of here.
Well, I didn't intend to end up like this. I'm...
Diesel, you're sorry.
And I would like to thank all the people and engines who made this project possible. Thank you all for your hard work. It is much appreciated. I would particularly like to thank Harvey. Thanks to his fast thinking and knowledge of the yard, he helped prevent a nasty accident. And so, I would like to reward you with a permanent role here at the waterworks, if you would like to.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And so, everything worked out all right. Diesel wasn't sent away just yet, as the Fat Controller allowed him a second chance. He supposed the other railway wouldn't want him back anyway. And Harvey gained a job shunting trucks and organising the yard at the waterworks, sometimes venturing out into the station too. Even Diesel can, sometimes, be glad of his help. He can be seen at lots of docks, quarries and building sites. But his true home will now always be the Sodor Waterworks.